How are you, Scott?
Not too bad, thank you.
What do you think of the team this season?
I've been really happy with our recruiting. I think we've done a good job of. We've had some forced, Brett Maher retiring for the first time in 18 years. There's 36ers without Brett Maher. Luke Schencher deciding to ply his trade elsewhere, so we were forced to make a couple of changes. We obviously made some that we decided on ourselves, but I think we've got a great talent level. It's just about coming together as a group and developing a toughness and edge to us that we probably didn't have, and a consistency that we didn't have last year.
Do you think that the hole left in the team by the absence of Brett and Luke has been filled?
I do. I think I think our backcourt is really strong. I think John Gilchrist is going to be one of the better point guards in the competition. Cortez Groves is only a couple of years removed from one of the very best players in the competition. I think we saw signs last night that he's starting to get back to that sort of level. Darren Ing and Nathan Herbert, Brad Hill, we have good young talent filling out that roster. So I don't think you're ever going to truly replace Brett Maher, because it's not just the on-court, but his leadership skills. But I'm pretty confident we've done the best that we can.
What do you think about playing basketball in smaller cities like Whyalla?
Oh, I love it. I think it's when I took the job last year, it was one of the things that I really impressed upon the club that we needed to do, and take the game back to the country areas. And last year we spent a week in the Riverland. We played in Port Lincoln. We played here in Whyalla. So that was something that was a big part of my charter and I wanted to do. This year Whyalla's been our only trip in South Australia, but we went to Perth for a week and played 3 games out of Perth, which was great. And I think they receive the same sort of benefits over there that we do when we visit places like here.
Do you think that do you think the 36ers will do well when they've got all your full team?
I think we'll do better when we've got our full team. I think Matt Burson out of our group leaves a huge hole. Luke Schencher was such an integral part of our team last year and such a focus. To be able to replace him with someone of the calibre of Matt Burson, who I honestly believe can be the best centre in the competition. I think he was heading in that direction 3 or 4 years ago before he had some injuries, and I think certainly what we saw of him in pre-season this year was very exciting. 6'11", 7 foot, a guy that coming off winning a championship last year. I think we get him back into the lineup. Brad Hill back into the lineup, who's a wing player with some really good size. I think we've missed those guys early in pre-season. I think once we get our full group together, we're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Back in your playing days, who was the hardest person for you to guard?
Back in my playing days, boy, that's a long while ago now. Andrew Gaze was always tough. I mean, I don't think most people realise is how big he is. He's 6'7". I'm 6'2", playing the same position as what he was. Always constantly moving without the ball. Had 4 guys in the court that were always looking for him to score. There was a couple other guys that I had real trouble with. Steve Woodbury, who played for Brisbane, was just a strong, tough guy that could shoot the ball from the outside, get inside as well. When I first started playing, even guys like Cal Brute, Derek Rucker, those first real superstar guards were extraordinarily tough, especially as a young tacker just starting off in the NBL.
Which of your teammates would you most like to pay out and why?
Oh, Brett Maher's obviously the one I like to pay out the most. We've had a very good relationship for a long time now. Best man at each other's weddings, and I think we had a team at one stage that had Paul Reese and Brett Maher and Martin Catalini and a lot of these sort of guys who had to have fairly thick skin around. I was probably thrown into that mix as well. You wouldn't want to do anything wrong around and put it that way. So I think it keeps the mood light. I think those teams had a lot of success, but yes, there was a lot of paying out going on in those years.
In a movie about your life, who would play you?
Geez, you want to say Brad Pitt or George Clooney or someone good looking, but that probably didn't work. Movie about my life. Boy. Hugh Jackman, good Australian guy, built, lot differently to me, unfortunately. But no, I'm not sure on that one. I'm not sure. That would probably need some thought, I reckon.
What's your biggest fear?
I guess the biggest fear in a basketball sense is not being successful. I wouldn't say it's a fear of losing. I think when you have a fear of losing, you lose sight of the process of what it takes to win. But not being successful on a whole. I hope to have this role and do this job for a lot of years to come. And obviously to do that, it's going to involve a fair degree of success. Fear away from basketball, I guess, is when any time you have family, you want them to be safe and and live a happy life. So I guess there's always probably a fear of something going wrong in that regards.
Which Simpsons character is most like you?
Which Simpsons character? Boy, oh boy. Probably Bart. I've been a bit of a smart ass in my time.
Thanks very much, Scott Ninnis.
No worries, mate. Anytime.